What's up, guys? Devin Zander here with my partner,
Clayton Johnson.
and we are the motherfucking Rowdy Boys. Back after
Rowdy
what?
Boys is back. Uh, I hope you're surprised to see this come up on your podcast app after a 1.5 or 2 year, maybe 3 year
Dude,
absence.
it's 2022. September 2022 was the last. So about 3 years. Yeah, no, what's going to happen is people are going to see it and they're going to be like, what the fuck is this? And then unsubscribe. Um, but we have some
But if
interesting
they
news,
do
guys.
unsubscribe, they'll be missing out on understanding how to get a business to go from zero to hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in record time. Brought to you by new secrets that are happening, or new funnels, new things that are happening in marketing right now. So go ahead and unsubscribe if you hate money, I suppose.
Yeah, you stupid bitch. And just I guess maybe in case you guys forgot. Well, first off, let's let people know what we're talking about today, which is I not only did Rowdy Boys retire for 3 years, but I actually kind of retired for like 8 or 9 months because of a divorce. And so I stopped working. My business basically went to zero, or my course business went to like zero. And I came back 3 months ago, and now we're already doing over $200,000 a month in revenue. So that's what we're going to discuss today.
Bro,
But
I think this is an important message because look, as much as everyone pretends that they're balling constantly, which don't get me wrong, there's very large periods of constant balling to be done. Um, Sometimes when you try to touch the sky, you also fall. And when you fall, you can fall hard, and everybody falls at some point. But
yeah,
I think probably the lesson is that if shit got hard and you fell, it's possible to get back up, and it's possible to get up at the right time, and you can get up fast.
quick.
And today's conversation may be a a light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully.
Yeah. So if your business fucking sucks right now, or if it started sucking for some reason and you're just like, I don't know what to do, we're basically breaking down a funnel that my company's been using. I've been working with some great guys on it. So we've got a really good team behind us that has been doing a lot of magic. But yeah, I mean, but what the Rowdy Boys is, for those of you who may have forgotten, is we're a marketing podcast by two marketing dudes. We get rowdy, we say bad words. Clayton's usually really energetic, but it's been like a couple years. We got to figure it out. We used to do it in person. It's whatever. But Clayton sold his company for tons and tons of money, and I'm just out here slinging courses for like the past.
Hell yeah. All right, dude. Well, let's kind of break down because honestly, um, there's the regular typical funnels that are out there, but honestly, I've like over the last few years, I've been like super curious
Yeah,
what people are doing that's particularly working. Like everyone has heard funnels for like 8 years, over and over, pounded into their brain. But as things get harder, as customers become more aware that they're in the sales process, as they're
yeah,
going through funnels, people stop attending webinars, like uh,
oh yeah,
all this stuff still works. But I'm curious, like it's fascinating to hear that you can go from zero to hundreds of thousands of dollars a month so fast. And so, can you lay out the structure or the basic idea
yeah.
behind what got launched? And yeah, what's going on?
So the what we launched is just a hold on. I have to fix. What we launched was a new funnel, a front end. The reality is, I think before I get into what I launch, it's something that people have to understand about launching offers. Because Clayton, what you said made me think of something, which is like the trust is basically like at an all-time low because people have seen so much stuff. They're getting hit with so many different ads, click funnels and like Kajabi, Circle, School, WAP, like all these platforms are telling everybody you can be a coach, you can be a coach, you can be a coach. So everyone and their sister, their uncle, their dog, their pet nibbler, like, if they have a pet nibbler like me, like they're all coaches, right? They're all out here coaching. And with that, I think it's like these days it's less about the funnel. And there have been a lot of changes in the funnel landscape. So, for instance, Clayton, back when you and I were doing the podcast a couple of years ago, we were all about like the auto webinar. And that's like my company. We were crushing it with auto webinars. A lot of the big guys like publishing.com, just absolutely crushing it with webinars. And, you know, I can't say that this is true across the board, but like I've know some people who work at publishing. I know some people who work at other auto webinar companies. I know like some of the biggest publishers, so people who publish other coaches. And the basically the word on the streets right now is like the old model of selling $2,000 products via auto webinar at scale, like at making millions of dollars profit per year. It's basically like people are really, really struggling to make it work. I hesitate to say anything's dead because that feels like cheesy marketing, like, oh, it's fucking dead. It's like, no, if you have the right product, the right offer, and the right audience, you can make anything work, right? But the question is like, how do you do that? And I think another big thing, sorry, kind of a run-on talk here, but another big thing is that it's not that trust is at an all-time low, it's also that attention is at an
Yes.
all-time low.
Well, let me throw in two things. When we talk about the auto webbing model, what we saw was running YouTube ads or something straight to an auto webby that's one
Yeah.
to 2 hours, and then closing a 2K product off that. And that or Facebook ads or whatever, but generally that was the thing. And um that that worked. And it's not that webinars don't work. That's like saying like a 2 hour
Yeah.
present or as this is a one to many presentation doesn't work. It's always going to work. It's just that what are we talking about in terms of like the market, the attention, the ability to, people have seen that 1,000 times now. And so it's like, do I want to sign up? Do I want to stay? Do I want to like the attention of that gets like lower and lower. So it's like, how do you build trust even pre that mid-ticket offer thing?
Yeah, it's like I think that the better if you were, and I'm not doing this, but I do know some guys who do it. The better thing is like literally not doing the auto webinars anymore because it's like you're saying you have to build that desire, like that reason for them. If attention is at an all-time low, people are like, they're just not likely to see an ad from you and then watch a multiple hour long webinar. And, you know, someone could argue that if your copy is good enough and it's compelling enough and exciting enough,
Yeah.
that people will be gripped and they'll watch, right? And like, sure. But, you know, we're talking about something that's reliable that can be done over and over and over again. And I just don't think that many people can accomplish that right now. So,
Well,
like, just
not if you don't already have an existing audience or you don't have a big social following or something like that, where you're building up trust prior to getting people on that. I think maybe
yeah,
people might have like subscribed more or they might have signed up for more auto webbies in the past. And now it requires much more trust to get people to like stick around and pay attention, have that attention span. Uh, bro, honestly, like I think attention has been obliterated.
oh my God,
Like
dude.
if you watch a movie without checking your phone now, that's like it's an amazing accomplishment.
It's impossible. I watch things that I love. I'm like, dude, I love this show. Anyways, what's going
Yeah.
on Instagram? Oh
Anyway.
shit. Bro, I love this show. But
Yeah.
so
Sorry,
the
continue.
yeah, no, I mean, you're right though. And I think that the thing is it's become less and less and less about the funnel. And I think that when uh you're considering cold traffic, I mean that's what we have done. If you want to grow a business quickly, like cold traffic is the way to do it, right? You need to run ads. And if your goal is to grow your business quickly with paid ads, then you need to start thinking of like in terms of how do I get impulse buyers? Because those are the kinds of people that are going to buy your stuff. And how do you create an impulse? It's let's try to break it down to a three-step formula. You have a hook that interests people, right? And then you have an offer that seems so easy that anyone can do it. So the offer is like the biggest part. And you're seeing similar things in like the webinar too, right? Because you're asking someone to buy a $2,000 product. In this scenario, we're asking them to buy like a $300 product. But the offer has to just really be like, oh my God, this is amazing. It makes so much sense. It has to be novel, it has to be fresh, it has to be new, and it has to be exciting. And then the third part is you just need to have, dude, this, like, I have to turn that studio spotlight off thing. It's driving me nuts. Sorry guys, my camera's about to look different. I'm turning off this weird studio spotlight. But the third thing is that you have to have a rock solid guarantee. And Clayton, you might remember like an old podcast we did where we talked about all the things that make it like a good offer. And a lot of like that was kind of the list, right? But you know, it's pretty simple. A good angle or hook, an amazing offer that people just feel stupid saying no to, and then a guarantee. Get your money back if it doesn't work out.
So instead of going straight to like a 2K offer, what you're saying is I mean, you're putting before anybody gets to anything else, a multi-thousand-dollar offer,
Yeah.
you're focusing more on a lower ticket front end. And this is interesting that you said $300 because most of the low ticket quote unquote impulse buys are way less than that I've seen, the $7, $47, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, how are you selling this, or what does it kind of look like?
Well, this is different for everybody, but and maybe some people can make those really low ticket things profitable on the front end, but the guys that I work with and even in the past, Clayton, you might remember with the webinars that we run, we want to be profitable same day. We're not like, you know, trying to lose money and make it back through customer lifetime value. And I understand that that's a good strategy and it works. And then the whole Dan Kennedy, he who can spend the most money to acquire a customer wins.
In a
Well, that's
fantasy
okay.
land, yes.
Yeah, that's okay. But I'm trying to keep that cash high. I'm trying to get paid, and I'm trying to enjoy the fruits of the labor. So we're trying to be profitable same day. And this is just a pricing model that works for it, as opposed to, and again, I know a lot of people running those low ticket offers and they do make sales and they generate a lot of customers and they are profitable 6 to 8 months down the line, which is like that's a really long waiting period, dude. That's like you could have a baby. You could get a girl pregnant and have a baby in that time period. That's a random connection, but yes. So, 297 on the front end. You got like a 497 or 397 upsell. And your AOV ends up somewhere between 500 to $600. And dude, there you go. Then you could be profitable on the front end versus, like those low ticket offers, some of the good ones, some of the really good ones have like $100 to $200 AOV, right? But you're usually paying like $100 just to acquire that low ticket customer. And only the best ones have that kind of AOV, right? Like only the best ones. Now, there's another part of the equation too, which is both of these business models rely on them buying more stuff down the road, right? You're not going to get rich on the front end of a 297, or you're not going to get rich on the front end of a 17, 27, or $47 product, right? You get rich from selling people on the back end or just increasing AOV or sorry, LTV through some kind of mechanisms. And there's a serious argument to be made that the client who comes in on a $297 offer is going to typically be a more sophisticated client who's more serious and has more money, so to speak. I mean, they literally spent more. Um, and so it supports the business model more. I don't think
Okay,
that
so
there's anything wrong with either way.
here's my question is like, what is it taking right now to get a purchase from a 297? Are you sending people straight to a sales page? Are you sending people to a
Yeah.
VSL? Are you getting people you an opt-in page first and then VSL, or what does it actually look like?
So, what we've been testing, or not testing, but doing is, and we've been running this funnel for a little over 3 months now, so like 3.5 months, but it's VSL And then the opt-in is at the end of the VSL. That's it. It's like a 25 to 30-minute VSL. You know, you
And that's coming
basically are,
straight from YouTube or straight
it's
from
mostly
Facebook?
entirely Facebook. We haven't cracked YouTube.
And
Yeah.
what is the ad on Facebook? Is it like an image ad or is it like a long form post
So
or is it
selfie ads like this.
okay?
Vertical
Sick.
selfie ads, y'all. You get it out. Like I'll show you guys. I know this is just like a little bit of fun for you guys, but I recorded some selfie ads today. So I use an app called Prompt Smart. You can see like all my ads down here. Handsome, very handsome. But dude, this app is so sick. Like
Is
anybody who
that
is
prompt
recording,
smart? Does you can put
uh,
in your thing
like
or
it's
you put in your script and
wait,
then it'll
I'm
tell
losing
you?
you. Oh wait, I can't hear you because I have this app open. Sorry. Let me walk through this and then so guys, it's just a simple app. It's got like selfie mode and then it's got all your copy here and you just read it right there, dude.
Oh,
It's so
that's tight.
sick.
It's actually a
Hold
pretty
on, I
good
still
tip.
can't hear you. Okay, I can hear you now. I locked my phone.
I was saying that's a sick tip. It's called Prompt Smart.
Yeah, Prompt Smart. So just selfie ads, Facebook,
Okay.
and dude, the crazy thing is like the copy, because I'm used to like back in the day, you know, we'd have these 3 to 4 minute YouTube ads. Now it's like we're recording 45 second, and none of it was selfie because we wanted everything to look super professional. So you know, we were using camera.
Yeah.
That's like literally why I have this camera set up was to record ads, to do webinars. But it's like that stuff doesn't, it's just I mean I know it works. I hate to say it doesn't work, but in our testing, which has been extensive, it's like the selfie stuff is working better. The less professional is working better. People resonate with you more, they trust you more. And it obviously it depends on the industry. Like I'm sure if I was selling to executives or something like that, it would be different. Or even, but yeah, I don't know. It seems that people resonate with it more and they trust it more. So it's yeah, interesting. And we've done some like selfie.
Okay.
We've tried like podcast style ads. We've tried text and image ads. The podcast ones were interesting. But yeah, the best thing is, and I got this tip from a buddy, Steven Summers, who Clayton, of course, you know as well. But he told me that what he heard was recording selfie ads by the water worked best. So we had this control ad that I just shot upstairs here in my living room,
Yeah.
and it went well. It was that became the control ad. It went really well, and then we just reshot it down by the water, and all of a sudden it's like it blew the control that was already crushing out of the water.
Yo,
So
what about in the car? I see people in the
I
car
tr
all the time.
I've tried. I did record two in the car. So I recorded one in my car, and then I recorded one in Christian's new Cybertruck, which was pretty sick, by the way, in case you watch this, Christian. And I don't think those have ran yet because I just recorded them like a week ago. Um,
All right.
I don't think they've ran yet, but I am curious to see the data because I also thought that it would go well. I went out on like the dock, dude, and recorded some ads. Like I'm in the water. I'm about to rent a boat, bro. I'm about to get a paddle board. I'm about to go out in the water. You got to get as close to the water as possible, bro. I'm about to get
Huh.
in the water and record an ad.
So question, how do you get somebody to watch a 20-minute VSL post click?
Really good hook. That's like the big thing, right?
Yeah.
And you know, that's the difference. This is a big difference from the way our business used to run, and it's required some adjusting because before we were definitely like I considered us a lead gen business because we have the sales teams, we have appointment setters, we're dialing leads. So with the webinar, you know, someone registers right away, and they give you their name, email, and phone number. So even if they don't buy, you're calling them up later, and you know you're still going to close a percentage of those people. Now with this business model, it's definitely different. You know, with the webinars, I didn't look at like customer lifetime value. I actually looked at lead lifetime value, and I was trying to see how I could get as many leads as possible underneath that lead lifetime value. Now it's definitely changed. Now it's definitely customer lifetime value because we're not even collecting phone number on the opt-in at this point. So, you know,
So they go to the VSL page. I'm guessing it's a relatively simple page, but then they watch a 20 to 30-minute VSL. Does the VSL pitch the product?
yeah, it's pitching the 297 front end, dude. And
Okay.
it's
So
like the whole thing is relatively try to think of how to explain it. So, you know, within the ad, it's like all very curiosity driven, um, like here's this thing that you couldn't do before that's now possible thanks to AI. Here's how cheap it is. Here's how anyone can do it. But I can't explain it all in an ad. You guys know the spiel. So go watch the video here. And then I think we're probably converting. I mean, I can't check right now, but we're getting way less leads than you would with the webinar funnel. And that has been a change. It's like not easy to get used to, but it's
Is
working
the
and
opt-in
I'm really happy
hidden?
with it. Yeah, it's not accessible till the end of the VSL. So they
Okay.
have to digest. They have to watch the entire VSL before they can get to it.
And then after they opt in, does it take them straight to a cart page?
Yeah. Yeah. And then after the cart page, they get hit with a book a call VSL. Well, actually, sorry, they get hit with a upsell VSL, which is basically like the done for you ish option, right? And then with the book a call, the whole idea is just speed up the results. Like we analyze data on why people buy high ticket backends, and it's like on average, almost every single time, it's just because they want faster results. So
Yeah, so
good note for you guys.
basically, they're probably convinced on the mechanism and everything by the first purchase, and they're just thinking
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I got to do this all, blah blah blah, or whatever," and then or it's going to take X Y Z, and then you just tell them,
Yeah.
"Hey, if you want personal help, we're going to speed up the process,"
Yeah.
and
So
then they will buy the high ticket.
yeah, I mean, we're in e-commerce, like BizOp. So, the front end is like, here's an apparel course plus software to automate the apparel course. The upsell is, look, you still have to build a store. Most people get caught up on building a store. Why not just have it done right the first time? We're selling it now in this funnel for a 50% discount. Get your store done. And then the third one is like, look, even though you have all this, you're still going to make mistakes because you don't have this, this, and this. You don't have someone there. What if there was someone there just telling you what to do every single day in your shoulder, telling you, or over your shoulder, telling you something's right when something's wrong? It's like it's all very simple stuff. But that's why the offer is like the most important part because what you have to nail now above everything else. And this isn't what people want to hear because people want the just magic funnel, right? Like they want the magic hack, the magic ad. It's like the reality is if you're doing cold traffic and you don't have a brand, you just have to have a product that people have never seen before is really like interesting and cool, novel, new ideas. Like PDF farming is probably one of the biggest offers right now. And it's just like, here's how to use AI to make PDFs and sell them, right? And they do the lower ticket, Clayton, by the way. I think they're like $47 and they do make more money than us. So, I mean, it
That's
just goes to
sick.
show you that any of those models can work. But,
Yeah.
we've only
It's
been
just like
doing this for
it's like
3 months,
testing
but we're
for the
coming.
market. I'm curious, dude. So that first offer, that first product that you pitched from the VSL is 300, and then did you say there's for the second one you said is a $500 upsell,
Yeah.
and is that on the page after they tear out from the
Yeah.
cart?
Yeah. Yeah. Right
Okay,
after. It's a VSL. They're all
and can they
VSLs.
buy it? Can they buy it right there? Buy the $500, or did you say that's a book a call? Sorry.
No, that one you can buy right there. After that, then they're hit with the book a call VSL.
Okay, so it's kind of like there's two things
Yeah,
after.
two
Okay, cool.
upsells, except one is to book a call. Yeah.
And then that book a call is the high ticket, right?
Yes,
It's the
sir.
multi-thousand-dollar one-on-one private conversation. We're gonna
Yeah.
close
This
you.
is this is a sales call. And then we make it very clear
Yeah,
too that it's a sales call. Like you want to make that clear because if, I'm sure everyone has seen that there's like the FTC kind of up everyone's butts trying to keep everyone compliant, as they should. And yeah, like veiled sales calls, terrible idea. Just be honest, it's a sales call. And then we have them fill out a qualification form before they can book a call. And based upon their answers, if they're qualified, redirected. If they're not qualified, they're not redirected to the book a call form. So
sick.
and that's
Damn, that's
basically
awesome,
just
dude.
income based questions, right? Like, we don't straight up ask people, like, how much money do you make? But instead, we say, like, how much money would you need to make with this to replace your current monthly income?
Right on. Yeah. Okay. So I'm curious when you launched this, how long did it take to like get it like really working? Did it work off the rip, or did
Yeah.
it take?
So, I mean, it basically worked like pretty much off the rip. But the one thing I'll say is, the team had been testing angles for months. Like, so we kind of knew what was going to work. We knew which angle and which mechanism were winners. And the way we did that was just running ads on Facebook and seeing which ones got the highest CTR and like the cheapest cost per link click for literally like
Okay.
3 months and not spending much, spending like $100 a month, but just like running these really small ads and seeing which ones were really resonating with audiences. Just a bunch of different like text-based ads, some video, and it's just like, basically pitching a product that doesn't exist yet. You click the link, there's nothing there. But we were seeing which ones really resonated. And then, so the first month we launched, we did about like, and this is like the company as a whole, just so you know, it's not just that funnel
Not
because
just a funnel.
we
Yeah.
we yeah, we
But
started
the funnel
promoting like
contributes to everything else, so it's
the
kind of
funnel
like,
is the biggest, it's the biggest contributor. Like we were at
especially
zero.
because you said you were going you
Yeah.
were at zero
And
when
we
you
weren't we
started
weren't
it.
at
So
zero, like I'm definitely exaggerating. We were doing about, I had left the business for about 8 months and I hadn't worked at all. And as a lot of you guys know, is like courses, they're like, I'm the face of the company. Without me there, like there's nothing really to sell. And that's the sad truth about these businesses. But I know some people do it way better than I do. And, power to you guys. But when I left, business failed. So clearly terrible manager, terrible at building systems, whatever. But when I'd come back, we had done like 20 to $25,000 in uh, March. And I came back like March 20th or whatever. So in April, we did 80,000, May, 140,000, and what was it? June. How did I forget that? 210,000. Like so far this month, it's what right now? It's like July 11th. We're over 100,000 so far this month. We have slowed down like a lot. We started off the month really strong. And then July 4th kind of slowed things down. Like we did almost $50,000 in sales in the first four or so days. And
sick.
then and then we had like 3 really slow days. So like the 5th, 6th, and the 7th, uh, and the 8th too, actually. But things are starting to pick back up, and it's going. My goal was to hit 300 this month, but because of like that lull, I guess we're still pacing it, but
Well, either
it's
way, I mean,
like,
month dude, like
yeah,
all sales are
the
like
the
are like that. But basically, you have a whole new front end for the entire
yeah,
business that feeds everything else. And I would say in just like a few months, like that's pretty explosive growth, especially coming from like,
yeah.
the business was just like, I don't know, like
I'm trying to pull up this graph.
low, just hanging in there basically. And then you plop on this new front end funnel, somewhat low ticket, not the lowest ticket. Just good angles, good ads, good VSL, hot offer. Uh, you know, pretty pretty high price in comparison to
Oh,
most of the other. Yeah, dude, that's amazing. Yeah,
this is our
that's
sales
what
chart.
those are
So
the graphs we
last,
like to see.
and you guys can't read the text, but it says, "I'm back, motherfuckers." I sent this to the homies. I was like, "Look at the revenue this year, guys," and then you see me there. I'm back, motherfuckers, and then straight
That's
up,
what's up.
baby.
Hell yeah, dude.
So,
All right, that's
but
sick. Well,
well,
go ahead.
the thing, really, guys, is like you gotta just pay. If it's not working, like you can copy. It's really easy to see funnels that work out there. It's like the funnel, and this is, stop looking for the magic funnel. Stop looking for the magic ad. And this is, it sucks to hear because it would be so great if things were that easy. But it's like, go on Facebook, look at which offers you're seeing every day. Go look at their funnel, buy it. Okay. And there you go. You can look at their scripts, you see what's working. So, what does that tell you? It tells you that, okay, you have something that works. If you copy it and it doesn't work for you, it's not because the funnel doesn't work. It's not because the ad templates don't work. It's because people just aren't interested in your offer. And that's really where the focus needs to be. Like, if you want to go from zero to $210,000 a month and hopefully this month, $300,000 a month, right? Like, it comes down to having good offers. That's all. And I've seen it. I mean, Clayton, we've been doing this for so long now, dude. And how many people have we seen come and go? Like we've been in the internet marketing space, doing courses, selling services, selling software for 14 years now. Like how many people have come and went, Clayton?
I'm proud, dude. Dude, the stuff that I see is wild. Actually, when you see behind the scenes of a lot of people's stuff, it's very, very interesting. But I get it because, dude, it's not always easy, man. Stuff changes. It takes like a
Yeah.
lot of energy, and
Well,
sometimes it'll give you these gray hairs that are growing my beard, dude. So,
oh, dude, I'm getting it too. But it's the reason a lot of these people they had the so-called fall from grace. Like you see people who are making millions of dollars and then they stop making money. Why? It's because they weren't willing to accept like it's almost always like ego. And they're not willing to accept that what they were doing isn't working and they're not willing to adapt. Like you've seen it, you almost joined the company, and we were going through one of those periods at that time where everything stopped fucking working. Like,
yeah, the next Rowdy Boys is going to be an ego therapy fucking
oh, dude,
episode.
I mean, my divorce was like the big lesson in ego. I've learned a fucking lot. But like when you almost joined Scup, Clayton, we had a great year. We did like just under 3 million that year. Everything was doing really well. And but then it just kind of crashed and our acquisition vehicle just stopped working. And that's like how it goes. Everything has a shelf life. No funnel can last forever. And then it's like, what do you do? We had to adapt. And for that one, again, it wasn't that webinar stopped working. It's that nobody cared about our offer anymore. And we had to change it. So I think the
That's what's
big
up.
lesson here is like webinars really tough right now. Okay. Number one, uh,
From cold traffic.
yeah. And well,
Asterisk.
another note on that too is like guys, I would start testing not doing replays on webinar because it's really hard to make sales from replays these days. From my experience and from guys I'm talking to, and again, caveat, like sure, it fucking works for some people. Most of the people I talk to, it doesn't work for them. Um, but so one is like webinars, cold traffic, really tough. All the biggest players are shutting down their funnels. I'm talking about people who did $50 million last year and now can't fucking squeeze a penny out of it, right? Well, they can squeeze a penny, but you get the idea. And then number two is like low ticket funnels are working $47, 297. It relies on a good back end process.
But
You have to have a sales
must have
team.
good backing. Yeah.
And if you can't get low ticket working, it's not because the funnels don't work, it's because your offer doesn't work. And that's where you need to be looking because it's not magic. It just comes down to good offers. So, Clayton,
Great episode, dude.
do
Thank
you
you for
have
sharing
anything
that.
else to
That's sick.
add? I know
Yes,
I
this
talked.
episode is sponsored by Roseanne.com. If you need help with your SMS marketing automation, go to
Yep.
Roseanne.com, get a free trial, and we'll
I
we'll
support
talk to
this
you about
message.
that. Yeah.
Guys, all of your favorite like influencers and fucking course people, they're using Roseanne. All right. You just got to go there. All right. We're all doing it. We're all doing it. But yeah,
That's right.
fucking
In a
rowdy
world of
boys.
no attention, a world of no attention, you must go where the attention is. The attention is on their mobile,
I mean, it
ripping
literally is.
reels, but your text could come through and
And that's why you
get
got to
their
have that
attention.
good hook in that first line of the text. Just send a feet pic, like that's a pattern.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do support MMS, so hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Pattern interrupt, baby.
Anyway,
Well, thanks, Clayton. I'm excited to be back. The fucking Rowdy Boys. Now I kind of want
hell
to do it
yeah.
in person, so we got to try to figure that out. I mean, we don't
All
have
right,
to, but it'd be cool if we did.
we, we'll figure it out. Hell yeah.
All
All
right,
right, well,
guys,
thank you
make
so
sure
much
to
for
like,
listening.
comment, subscribe, 5-star ratings, all those things. We'll get back in the groove. I promise that our podcasts will be just as rowdy as they once were. But thanks for listening, guys.
All right, cheers.